It was early July 27th, an ordinary Tuesday. Well, at least that's what most people would have seen. There I was, laying in the grass in the middle of Manhattan's Central Park, the effervescence of evaporated water tickling my nose as I stared up at the brightening sky of daybreak. The yellows, oranges, and teals filled my eyes with beauty. To me, the world had a certain level of magic. It's just no one paid enough attention. To them, everything is just ordinary. To me, the ordinary can easily become the extraordinary with a deep breath and some focus. Attention to detail, I suppose. My mum always said, "Aries, get your head out of the clouds. Pay attention when I'm talking to you, please." I hated this for two reasons. One, she used my real name. Since I can remember, I made everyone call me Aries. The thing is, I hate my name. Not the name itself, but the story behind it. See, my mum teaches history. She has her PhD in mythological studies. When she found out she was pregnant with me, I guess her and my father, whoever he is, fought a lot about whether or not to have me. So much so she told him to scram because she was going to have me whether he liked it or not. Well, he did. Thus, giving her the clever idea of naming me Aries, after the Greek god of war. To her, it was the perfect name. To me, it's just a reminder I was unwanted before I even had a chance, like a scar on my very soul. 2. If she only knew how much I actually paid attention. Yeah, I get it. I don't hear her when she's talking because I'm so focused on the minor things like the way the coffee smelled. When it's freshly brewed, the aroma has a calming effect on my lungs, or the way the sun glinted off the window just right, making it so you could see the rays of light break down into a gradient with the colors of a rainbow. I guess listening to people talk was at the bottom of my priorities unless I found what they were saying beneficial or stimulating. I assume it's because of my attentive priorities. I was diagnosed with attention deficit disorder when I was a kid. My mom tried to medicate me, but I refused because the meds made me feel like nothing more than a zombie. She did have something right. My head was in the clouds, and at this very moment, that's exactly where it was. There was nothing more ethereal than watching an early morning sunrise. The colors of the world are so perfect in that moment. Everything had a glow to it. The stillness of the world quiet and serene. The birds waking with twitters and chirps. Tick. The breeze rustling the leaves on the trees like a faint chorus of snare drum. Tick. The dew of the grass dampening the ground and air simultaneously. Tick. The noisy city far from my mind. Tick. The softness of my heartbeat with the rise and fall of my breath like a melody. Tick. "What in the hell is that sound?" I yelled aloud. If any passerby were to see me, they would have thought I was nuts. That ticking was making me nuts, that was for sure. It had no place in this moment. I had to find where it was coming from. I jumped up, racing toward the sound, looking high and low, as if I were a panicked rabbit running from the hungry fox. Almost to the bridge, I heard the ticking growing louder and louder. It felt as though it was everywhere, maybe even inside of me. My pulse was racing with fear or excitement at this point, I couldn't tell which. Then, like a car crash, time came to a halt. I saw it. A golden glow just under the bridge. It was an ornate flower, a cross between the inner workings of a clock and a Fabergé egg. The flower itself was closed like it hadn't seen the light of day, but beautiful nonetheless. I hurriedly plucked it from the ground, hiding it with my jacket. I had to study it. I had to see it open. It was the strangest thing. Like I knew this was just the beginning of something bigger than myself. Credits. Written by MJ Stevens. Copyright 2023.